Hey all, it's Linda. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, this is going to kind of be speed reviews. So I want to go over all of the products that I've used up, makeup, skincare, hair care, body care, in the past probably few months. I haven't really kept track. Like I don't do these like once a month or once a quarter. I just kind of do it when my trash bin fills up. Of all the products that I've used up, let you know whether or not I've repurchased them, whether I've replaced it with something else, whether I plan on ever buying it again. All that, we're gonna get into it. I do have to say that you may or may not know this, but I am currently back on my low buy bullshit. So I am trying to be really careful about bringing new products into my collection or even replacing products at this point, right? Because I wanna use what I already have, but in some of these cases, like let's say it was this brush that I used up. I'm not gonna use up this brush. It's a great brush, but I'm not gonna use it up. But let's say for argument's sake that I did. If I had 10 other brushes that looked like this, then I'm gonna try to use those first. But if I have no other brush that's like this, I might repurchase. So that's kind of the way I look at all of these products. Let's dig into them because like there are some that I have to admit I went out and repurchased immediately and others that I'm still simmering on. Let's start with body care. So the thing I'm going to start with is by Truly, and it is the Coco Cloud Whipped Shave Butter. As you can tell, like this could not possibly be more empty. I'm tempted to like get the label off of this and use this for something. What would you use this for? I feel like it's too small for bobby pins. Like peas? I could hold some peas in here. Here's what I like about this. This is a very moisture-rich shave cream. A little bit goes an extremely long way, and I will admit I notice a difference when I use this as opposed to something else. Why am I so far away from this table? This feels weird. But yeah, I do notice a difference if I use something else. So why have I not repurchased this? This is $20, okay? Like, do you see how small of a container this is? And I am somebody, I personally shave under my arms, I shave my legs, I shave my bikini area, and I go through this pretty damn quickly. So even though I really enjoy it, I find the price tag of $20 a little hard to swallow because I am somebody who I will also use in a pinch dollar store conditioner or something like that on my legs if I need to shave. And also my razor has like a little moisturizing thing around it, so I don't even necessarily need shave cream. This is kind of like a luxury item for me. I think this might be the second or third one I've purchased, and I only purchase it when it's extremely on sale. So on rare occasions, this has gone on sale for like 30% off. That's when I will treat myself. But just like regular run-of-the-mill shaving, yeah, no, this is not a need. It's kind of nice. It's not a need. One other product by Truly, and again, this is something that I have purchased. I think this is my third bottle. This is, and I always say, I hate the name of this. This is the Anti-Cellulite Resurfacing Body Serum. They say it is smoothing and tightening. It has orange flower and retinol and apricot. So what do I like this for? When I finish shaving, I put this on as soon as I get out of the shower, and it really helps to hold moisture in. A lot of times I will put lotion on top of that as well, but any lotion I use works 10 times better when I use this underneath of it. Now, I don't use this all over my whole body, and also anti-cellulite, no, you're not gonna get rid of cellulite with a serum, okay? This will help to kind of reduce the appearance of cellulite because your skin is going to be smoother and more hydrated and more plumped because of that. It's not going to take cellulite away, so please, please know that. But I really love this. Again, it's expensive. I have not repurchased it yet, and I have nothing like it. I'll be honest, there's nothing else I've ever used that's like this, whether it's a regular body oil or whatever. So I am going to repurchase this eventually, but not until, like that shave cream, it's like 30% off. Here is the first item that I used up completely, and I sort of replaced it with something that I already had in my collection just waiting for me to try. So this is the Drunk Elephant Sugared Coffee Almond Milk Body Scrub. Here's what's weird about this. Okay, this is my second container of this. The first one I was head over freaking heels in love with. I thought it was the best body scrub I had ever used. It left my skin feeling so moisturized, which I feel like can be unusual for a body scrub, but this just left my skin feeling so amazing. So if the second this was out, I went out and bought another one, okay? And this is not that cheap, you know what I mean? I'll put the price on the screen, but I think it's like $20, $25 or something. And when you can get like Tree Hut body scrub for like $5, $7, it's definitely an investment, but I loved it so much. The second tub, the second tub. This just felt really gritty and granular, and I was having trouble getting that same moisturizing feeling. And I talked about it here on my channel, and people kept saying, oh, make sure you stir it because a lot of the juices are at the bottom. I did that, okay? I left it sitting like this in my shower. It would sit upside down. It was still very dry. I even took a spoon and I mixed it. Still very dry until the day it wasn't. There was one day where I scooped up some and all of a sudden there was a pool of liquid, of moisturizing liquid that somehow must have been trapped, because then all of a sudden this was basically all liquid. It is so strange. I am very convinced I got a dud. I don't think that says anything bad about the product, because what I do love about this is that the scrub dissolves really nicely on the skin. As you rub it in, it just dissolves and leaves just the moisture behind, but it does exfoliate well. But I was a little bummed when I got a dud, so that's when I did not go out immediately and repurchase. Instead, I went to this body scrub that was sent to me in PR to try. This is the OSEA Undaria Cleansing Body Polish. First of all, the smell. The smell. This smells fruity and fresh. It is, oh gosh, what is the smell? You know what? I feel like I should look it up. Okay, so this is apparently the same scent profile as their Undaria algae body oil. Algae body oil. They say it is an all-natural fragrance with uplifting grapefruit. Grapefruit is what you smell instantly. Lime and cypress combined with the sweet notes of mango mandarin. It is so delightfully tropical. I love this. This genuinely reminds me of my honeymoon when I went to Jamaica and like everything smelled like this. It's beautiful. Here's my only gripe with this. Does it do a good job of exfoliation? Absolutely. It really does. But I don't like how I feel like the granules don't dissolve. They wash off very easily. But I feel like they don't dissolve as well as the Drunk Elephant ones did. Let me also take a look at what it says. Innovative gel to milk refining body polish. And by the way, gel to milk is a really good, I don't know if you can tell, it almost looks like honey, like creamed honey in here. So it is a body polish that combines physical and AHA exfoliation to promote skin cell renewal and smooth away rough, bumpy, uneven skin. Blah, blah, blah. I mean, there's, you know, a ton of ingredients, and I'll admit, like, I'm not the greatest at these, but this is not something where the body polish dissolves. It almost feels a little bit rough if you take too much of it, so I suggest going in a little bit at a time, but my skin feels so damn smooth and also hydrated. So far I like it, but I've only used, I think you can see like a quarter of it so far. It's only down to like here. So I want to wait before making my final decision, but so far I'm enjoying it. This was kind of like a freebie. I want to say this was in a Christmas stocking and I wound up loving it. It is the Burt's Bees Body Lotion, the milk and honey. I kept this in my purse at all times, and to be honest, this is something I will repurchase. I used every single drop of it. I like keeping a little one in my purse, and it was really fantastic, but I didn't buy another one yet because I've been, you know, I work from home, so I'm home a lot, and I don't necessarily need one in my purse right now, so what I have been using instead, this is an old favorite that I've fallen back in love with. This is the Lush Sweet Wild Orange Hand Balm. This smells like oranges. It smells so good. It is very citrusy. Very, like it genuinely smells like a fresh squeezed orange. So if you don't like oranges, you probably won't like this, but it's very, very moisturizing and hydrating without feeling greasy. It soaks in quickly. It is a thicker cream. So if you prefer a thinner consistency, this is not for you, but for my hands that definitely get very dry, I notice a difference when I use this regularly and when I don't. So right now, this is what I'm using. Will I repurchase this? Absolutely, just not yet. All right, let's move on to hair care. So I did use up the NatureLab Tokyo Perfect Volume Conditioner, and I have actually replaced this with something else, and that is the NatureLab Tokyo Perfect Volume Conditioner. I've talked about this before. This is my absolute favorite shampoo and conditioner. By the way, I know they do make refills for this that's like in a squeezy pouch. They did not have it at my local Ulta, and I unfortunately had waited too long until I had run out. So that's why I did buy this bottle, but they do make handy refill pouches that are much better for the environment. So I will be doing that next time, but this is good for my hair because my hair is not necessarily fine or limp, but I do lose volume a lot. Like you can tell, I mean, there's very little volume at the roots unless I really puff it up. I have to use products to give my hair volume, and I feel like this is light enough that it helps my hair to be lifted from the root. But That's not the main reason I get this. The main reason I get this is probably one that you shouldn't buy for hair care products, and it's because of the smell. It's so good. It's like sweet cherry blossoms and jasmine, and it is the most luscious smell I've ever had on my head. And the smell lasts. It lasts so that every once in a while, like if I'm in my car and I have the windows open and the wind is blowing, I can smell my own head. You know how awkward that is, but how wonderful that is? Really though, I just love this product for how it does not weigh my hair down. They also have one for perfect texture. They have perfect curls, I believe, perfect shine. Perfect volume is the one that I personally always go for, and I love it. So, okay, sticking with hair, this is the Verb Volume Dry Texture Spray. So this is like it says, a dry texture spray. It's not in a spritz bottle, which I feel like so many texture sprays are. And when I'm trying to not weigh down my hair, I don't want to add a wet product to dry hair. And I also like to refresh my 2-day hair with a dry texture spray to really get that texture back in. So when I ran out of this, I will say this is $20, okay? This is $20. This is probably like my 4th tube of this. But when I ran out of this, I did not have another dry texture spray. So I did go out to Ulta and I got this one. This is the Verb Volume Dry Texture Spray. I've talked about this ad nauseum on my channel. This is my favorite dry texture spray that has ever existed. It is light enough, but it grips your hair perfectly and it holds it like a light hairspray. I love this so much. This is, again, it says $20. It's not cheap, but I can usually wait until I need a coupon. This time I couldn't. I paid full price for this yesterday because I can't stomach the thought of this not being in my drawer. Now, if you have other dry texture sprays you like, not dry shampoos, but texture sprays, please recommend them in the comments. I am always down to try new ones, and I have to admit that, like, I haven't even looked at other ones. I've just been buying this repeatedly over and over because I love it so much. But if you're looking for a good texture spray that won't weigh your hair down, I always recommend this. But I'm always open to new options. Now here's one I'm not messing with you at all. I did not repurchase this same item. So this is the Verb Root Lift Lightweight Hold Volume Texture Powder. So what's really cool about this is it has a pump. Damn it, there was that much left? I swear there was nothing left in here. Okay, you know what? We're gonna see if we can use it. So the way that I used this, if there's any left, I would lift this up and at my root, let's see if I can do this, not looking at the camera. Nope, see now there's nothing coming out. I sprayed into my roots and I would massage like this. Actually, there is a bit left in there. And it just really helps your roots to kind of grip to each other and lift up. I love this. I love it. Will I repurchase it someday? Likely. 9 times out of 10, I will repurchase this. But I do have others in my collection I'm looking to use up first. So I do have 2 of these, and looking in the light, I think I'm only down to about here. This is the Eva NYC Zero Gravity Volume Powder. I do really like this, and it is definitely priced less than the Verb. The only reason, I don't know, I tend to like this delivery method more. This has a spout that can spray directly into your roots, whereas this, it's almost like baby powder, where it just has a sifter at the top and you sprinkle it onto your roots and then massage it in. It's fine. It's actually probably the same exact product, the same exact quality. I just like this delivery method more. I wonder if I can take this... I can take this off and I can put so much more in here. Oh my God, you guys, I'm going to do that. I'm going to dump this in here because I like the delivery method better, but the product is roughly the same. And finally, we have an empty of the Arctic Fox Poison. I'm just going to come right out with it. I went out and bought another one. As of right now, this is my absolute favorite semi-permanent hair dye. I get comments all the time asking me if I still use Arctic Fox, and the answer is yes. I touch up my hair myself probably every 3 weeks. I get it done professionally about twice a year where I will have my roots done professionally, and also if there's any bleaching to be done, that I leave to the pros because I don't feel like frying my hair off, okay? This has been my favorite. It is what I use probably on my roots down to about here, and then I use orange and I use yellow. It has fantastic staying power. The color is consistently what I want. It lasts a long time. It feels very conditioning in my hair. I will always recommend this, okay? If you haven't watched my video on these, I'll go ahead and link it down below because it's, you know, like an oldie but a goodie, but my opinions still stand to this day, and that video was years ago at this point. All right, that is all of the body care and hair care. Should we go to skincare first or let's go to makeup. Let's go to makeup and be exciting. All right, I will tell you right now that none of these makeup items have I repurchased yet. We'll talk about it. So this first one, this is technically like bridging the line of makeup, but this is the Cinema Secrets Makeup Brush Cleanser. So you can tell I've used it all. Have not repurchased this, but this is something I will be repurchasing, this exact item, soon. This is what I use to clean my makeup brushes in between deep cleans where I get out the soap and I'm over the sink for like hours. This is just for a quick, it gets all the pigment out, it conditions my brushes. I love it. It's for the quick and dirty, okay? And it's fantastic. I have not met another brush cleanser that I like as much. It does it so fast and their brushes are so dry, so fast, but they feel really soft. So this might be a little cheat. So these, I have a pair of lashes here, okay? This is the House of Lashes Iconic Light. No, I'm sorry, this is the Noir Fairy Black. They're just disgusting. These are so gross. I have used these so many freaking times. They're gross. I try to do my best to get all the glue off, y'all. I really try. And this one, they just saw better days. I've clipped them like 3 times at this point. They've just seen better days. That's all. Will I repurchase these? Absolutely. I don't wear fake lashes every day by any means, but House of Lashes is my favorite lash brand. These are still top notch. Now I want to talk about my little purge, okay? So I went into my makeup drawer one day and I was like putting on some mascara and I was like, this is kind of dry. Let me get a different tube. And I realized I had 3 tubes of mascara in my drawer that were all open and had definitely been open for like a year and a half. So I just said to myself, you know what? I'm getting rid of all of these right now. So the 3 I got rid of, one is the Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. This is one I used in the past. And the reason I liked it is because it does separate the lashes, makes them very long. That's not what I look for in a mascara for the most part. I want volume. So my lashes are already pretty long. I'm very thankful for that. But I want volume because they're wimpy, okay? They're wimpy, 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 and I want volume. This doesn't give me that. It's still a nice mascara if you ever get the chance to use it, but it's not my favorite. This is another one that I actually have a backup of this because when I was given it in PR, I was given 2 of them. So this is the Thrive Liquid Lash Extension. So this is a tubing mascara and it is nice, but I just don't think I like tubing mascaras very much. It did work well and it would last until you wash it off with water, but it's just not my favorite. Also, it definitely has these like rubber, it's like a rubber wand, and I know that that's a lot of people's favorites. It's not mine, so it goes. And then finally we have my lover. Okay, my lover is the Milk Makeup Kush Mascara. This is my ride or die. This is my ride or die. We've got a big fat hair-like brush, and it is a beautiful, thickening, volumizing mascara. This is still my favorite mascara. So the only reason that I have not repurchased this yet, holding it like a freaking cigarette, even though I quit smoking 23 years ago. No, I'm sorry, 13 years ago. Whew. Quit smoking 13 years ago and I still hold it like this. I don't know what's wrong with me. But the only reason I haven't repurchased is because I have several mascara backups that I need to use because it's just, otherwise I'm throwing them away. So I pulled out the Melt Super Natural Lash. I still love this. And honestly, I will probably use these 2 concurrently when I eventually purchase a new one. I'll probably purchase both of them at the same time and use them at the same time. So the thing about this is that it is a much more wet formula. I will say that, like the brush is coated and each time it comes out of the tube, it sounds almost wet and it goes on your lashes pretty wet and you should wait a little bit before like, you know, looking around or whatever you need to do. Like I usually let it dry for a minute and I'll sit there with my eyes closed and fan myself, but it is such a good mascara. The thing I like about this one the best is that it builds up. So you can put several coats on and really get massive lashes. I love this. And it's, again, one that people don't talk about much. This originally came out with Beetlejuice collection and people talked about it then. And then it's like freaking crickets over here, but I still love it. They still offer this. It's still for sale on Sephora. Highly recommend. But I also will be repurchasing the the Milk Makeup Kush again. This one is interesting and I eventually got rid of it, not because it's gone, but because it's old. This is the Hanalei Sugar Lip Scrub and I love this. I got this at like, God, I think it was IMATS years ago. Okay, like way too many years ago to even, it was probably like 2015. I shouldn't be keeping this and that's why I got rid of it. But it is so good. It's a nice, actually, sugar lip scrub that dissolves as you're putting it on, but it really exfoliates and moisturizes beautifully. Oh, I love it. I would love to repurchase this someday. Lip scrub is one of those things, though, is not like top of mind for me. So I almost want to keep this so I remember to repurchase it, but I'm not going to. It's time for it to go. Finally, I have 2 foundations. The first, oh God, I'm so bummed about this. This is the NYX Born to Glow, and I might be wrong, and I'll correct myself here on screen if I am. I believe this is discontinued because none of my local Ultas have this anymore at all, and that's where I would go for it. And to be honest, foundation is not something I'm great at purchasing online because I like to be able to use the testers to find my exact skin tone. This one was buff and it was a little too deep for me, but right now, the end of summer, it would be perfect. It was such a great, buildable, dewy, like medium coverage foundation, and it was so affordable. I really miss this. If y'all know of anything similar to this, please let me know down below. Something that is drugstore priced, you know, I would say $15 or under, and just is very moisturizing and medium coverage and dewy, let me know. And finally, this is something I got sent in PR, and I was torn about it, and I didn't use it for a long time. And then when I started using it again, I loved it until the point when it literally is gone. This is the Merit Foundation Stick, and this is the color Linen. I'm sorry, it's called the Perfection Complexion Stick, I believe, Perfecting Complexion. It is the creamiest foundation stick I've ever used, and so buildable and so smoothing. Like, you can blend it in with a brush and you don't see those harsh lines. And I have dry skin. I also have older skin, right? So my skin is not as tight as like a 20-year-old. So it feels weird dragging across some foundation sticks onto my skin. This glides so beautifully. It is so emollient and so creamy. I love this. I will be repurchasing someday. Again, this color was Linen, tiny bit too light for me. So I'll probably get the next shade deeper, but it is the best foundation stick I've ever used, ever. And again, if you have a foundation stick you love, tell me in the comments. But as of right now, this is my fave. And finally, skincare, I only have one thing. This is the Glow Oasis Milk Dew pH Balancing Moisture Milk Toner. This is my favorite toner of all time, okay? I am so sad this is gone, but I did have other toners in my collection to start using, so that's why you'll see this next one. But this is so moisturizing, but also like creamy and soothing on the skin. So incredibly soothing. I haven't found anything like this. But again, I did have others in my collection, and I do like this one. This is the Koffie Serum Toner, Purifying Galactomyces Serum Toner. This is a much more watery formula, okay? This was a milky, creamy formula almost. This is completely, it's almost like water, but it is very hydrating. So it does have hyaluronic acid in it, I believe. Let me make sure I'm not speaking out of turn. My apologies, maybe this doesn't have hyaluronic acid in, but it does, it's ceramides, excuse me. It does replenish hydration with ceramides, and this is very hydrating and balancing. I enjoy this, not as much as I enjoy this, but I am going to be loving this until it's gone, and I might even repurchase it, but I will definitely repurchase this. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed kind of these speed reviews. If you saw any of these products, whether it's a dry texture hairspray or a hand cream or a conditioner, whatever it is, let me know your favorites down below. I'm always up for trying new ones once my stuff runs out. And I definitely have a tendency to repurchase the same things over and over, and I need to break myself out of that cycle. So I would love to know your favorites. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up. That always helps out my channel. You all can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Those are all GlitterFallout. And as always and forever, you're super freaking rock stars. I love you so much with my whole heart, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.